multiply. He says, be fruitful and be multiply. And when you look at Matthew 25, that speaks about the parable of the talents. He gave one, how many? He gave one. He gave another, how many? 2. He gave the other one, how many? 5. The one that he gave one, what the Bible says? He buried it, right? And eventually it was taken from him, given to another person. Now, you can liken this as what God has given to us, what God has put in our hands. I don't want to be reading much of the Bible, but I know these are stories that we all know. So, God has given us a multiplication mandate. The 3 things we need to understand is, number 1, God is the source. Number 2, we have the stewardship principle. Number 3, the multiplication mandate. And I said, God expects us to increase and not to preserve. God is a moving God. He expects growth. He expects us to increase and not to go and hide that thing, those things, because it's of no use when you hide, even when you have a seed. There was a time in this church that we had a message that whatever God has given to you is a seed. And that seed, they said, you don't eat it. You do what? You grow it. So, God expects increase and not preservation. God rewards productive stewardship and not passive saving alone. It starts from the very, very little we are earning. As businessmen and women, business lady and business what? As a business person, as an entrepreneur, God expects that whatever He has given unto us, we should grow it, and it should not just be passive saving alone, but it should increase. That mindset, we need to have that. And how do we have such in this economy? In this Nigeria that we all have found ourselves, how do we grow our income? The little stipends that we are having, how do we multiply it? God has given us everything we need. God has given us all we need. One thing we need to do is, number 1, to be practical. Because we've had a lot of theories as to be diligent, be this, be that, be that. But there are some things that we need to do. We need to understand the time that we are in. How? Information. Very key. How? By leveraging on investable instruments. There are some instruments that we have in this Nigerian economy that a lot of us can leverage on. But, you see, when we do not have that information, we tend to, lose at that time. A lot of people cashed out. When I say cashed out, in investable instrument 2 years ago, early last year. Do you know why? Because when inflation is high, when cost of return on, what's it called now? Or loan now, interest on loan is high, it will have a multiplier effect on ROI, on the return on investment. But the truth of the matter is a lot of people are really, really making good returns as a result of this, the way the economy is. So many people were keeping funds in dollar. The regular one that people know, they keep funds in dollar, they sell when it's high. But there are some investable instruments that you can do in foreign currency. There are some that you can do that are naira denominated that you can do, regardless of what you are heading. So none of us here, we do not have, none of us here has an excuse as to investment. I remember some times back, I wish I had listened to that advice. Maybe we have some students here, I don't know. It was 2015, I was working with one HR firm. The man is a big pie. And, we conduct trainings for Bank of Industry across the country, big contract. But do you know that our office then was no more than this? We were just how many? We were 5 in the office. Packaging. I learned some of those things from that man. By the time we are going into all this, that was the time I slept in a very expensive hotel in my life. I can't forget. Because the executive, I said, God, then now, somebody who has just finished, that is just struggling with, trying to understand what is it in the corporate world. But he mentioned something one day. He said, Ayo, as you are going, I think then, okay, he said, try and be saving, if it's 1,000 every month. He was saying, as a student, if you are in 100 level, you are saving 1,000 every month. Calculate the years you are spending in school to the time you are serving. Of course, at some point, it will keep increasing. Now, imagine, God has now given you an idea. You have an idea. You have something. Maybe God has given you a business to start. By the time you are leaving your service here, you have capital already. He was mentioning some of these things, but as a boy man now, we saw money, we spent money. But it's a principle of growth. And that is why we must leverage on the investable instruments. And when are we going to start? Is it until we start making big money? When should we start? When should we start? Is it until we are making plenty funds? Or maybe we start a good job? Is it until we are working with CBN, or we are working with PNG, whatever, all these big companies? Next slide, please. When should we start? I will still go back to all these instruments, but I'm just creating a background so that at least we can understand that none of us here, we do not have excuse. So even if it's 1,000 that you are earning in a month, from that 1,000, you can still save something. Not just saving. Remember I said what we are considering is beyond savings, leveraging on investable instrument. Go to the next slide. When are we starting? Start now. Now, this next slide, there is a seed. Whatever God has given unto us is a seed. That thing, it may seem very small. It may seem as if it does not make sense. Do not forget, until a seed dies, that's when it starts growing. Am I correct? When you want to grow a plant, the first thing that happens to that seed that you have planted, it dies. Before you know it, it starts shooting up. It decays. Is it embryo now? What's that thing that I've forgotten? It starts bringing leaves. Before you know it, it starts shooting up. It starts coming up. Before you know it, until it gets to the position, a level whereby it gives you leaves and all of that. The same way, what God is giving you in your business, that business that you feel that is just little money that is coming in, if we can be conscious, be intentional about saving, not just saving for multiplication, you realize that before you know it, you have something. So whatever God has given unto us is a seed. Don't eat your seed. When you eat the seed, there will be nothing left for growth. Now, what are the various investment asset vehicles that we can? I've mentioned some in the previous slide. We have stock, which is shares. Many of us, we know it to be shares. We have stock, we have government, different instruments, treasury bills, commercial papers, which I will briefly mention in 2 minutes. So, the type of investment asset vehicle, for the sake of this gathering, I will only limit us to, I will limit us to 3. But the major one I will emphasize, because of its flexibility, is, please go to slide 10, is what we call money market. Yes, money market. Now, when you talk about, there are some investment that a lot of us, we know that we save money in bank. We keep on saving. But the world has transcended from just saving your money. You need to allow your money to work for you. And why? There are some companies that they are licensed by SEC. SEC is Security and Exchange Commission. As we all know that CBN controls the affairs of commercial bank, right? Am I talking too much? Okay. Are we gaining something? Are we following me? Okay. As CBN regulate the affairs of banks, commercial bank, we have investment banks also licensed by SEC, Security and Exchange Commission. They are companies that deals with in the capital market. They call them capital market operators. Okay? So this company, they have products regulated by SEC, which they do. As we have now, to be practical, there is something they call mutual fund. A lot of us must have heard about mutual fund. When we say mutual, people of same interest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we pull our resources together. We invest that fund in a place where one person may not be able to invest in. That's where the word mutual comes from. So there are some funds that, as regulated by SEC, this fund goes into that investment. So under mutual fund, we now have different arrays of products. A lot of company calls it different names. And these products have been managed by asset management companies. For example, in First Bank, most of the banks have their asset management company. First Bank used to have FBN Quest, FBN Asset Management. Stanbic has Stanbic Asset Management. UBA has United Capital Asset Management, right? So we have ARM Asset Management. Some people are also moving into asset management. While we have some fintech companies that I'm just explaining to us so that we understand how some of these things operate. We have some fintech companies that collaborated with licensed firm. We have the likes of OPay. We have Asamansa is licensed. We have, at least we all know OPay. And we know there is a place in OPay where you put your fund. They will tell you that to be giving you daily yields. Am I correct? Shocking investor. Everybody should. Most of these things, the way, and okay, we also have, the OPay one. Most of them, they collaborated with some licensed company, right? Most of these fintech companies, they are customers to some investment companies. Are we live? Okay, let me not talk then. There are some things I want to say because I should not say them, but because I thought we are only limited to. So we have some of these companies that happen to be, they collaborate. There is an SLA, a kind of a service level agreement between them and all these investment companies. So back to mutual fund. So under mutual fund, we have a product. We have like money market fund, which is Naira denominated. We have some other ones that has a kind of limit, a threshold to start with. We have the one in dollar also. They call it Euro bond, global fixed income. We have them. But for the sake of this gathering, because we want to do something that will yield results, not just theory. The one that I know that we can recommend that is good for this gathering, as little as even if it's 5,000 naira, you can keep saving into your money market fund. How does money market works? Sometimes 2 years ago, a lot of people took advantage of the economic situation, the prevalent situation of the country then, by investing in money market because it was yielding as high as 24%, 25%. Currently money market is hovering between 15 to 16%, 15 to 17%. And what is money market? Money market is a short-term investable instrument. Go to slide 11. Slide 10. Are we on 10? Just keep. So, okay, maybe I should. Okay, so money market is a short-term investable instrument. How do I mean short-term? Anything, when they say short-term, anything short-term in investment means below a year, right? Less than 1 year. So it's an open-ended fund that you can keep saving. You see 500 naira, as in 500 naira today, you can save it there. 1,000 naira tomorrow, you can add it up. I'm using small so that you will know that nobody has excuse for not investing. 2,000 tomorrow, 1 million next week. You can keep topping up on a daily basis. And maybe you need your fund, especially for people who are into business, who are into seasonal business. Maybe it's not yet time for you to expend your fund. It's a good place for you to invest, because the way it works is the interest is accrued on a daily basis. Let's say, for example, you have, I don't want to use 1 million, because some people will be thinking 1 million, but for this calculation, now that 1 million, they my head. Let's use 1 million. Don't look at that, it's 1 million. Or somebody can just take calculator. If you have 10,000 naira in your money market, because the return will be so small, let's use 1 million. The higher your principal, the higher your return. No? So if you have like 1 million in your money market, for example, and the interest rate as of today is 15%, it means for today, what will be added as your interest will be 15% of 1 million per annum. Investment is always, when you hear rates, is always per annum. It means 15% of 1 million. That's what will be added to your investment. And that's 150,000 divided by 365 days. You know, per annum is 1 year. We have 365 days in a year. So 15% of 1 million. So which means that should give you about 475 naira. So it means on your 1 million today, you already have 475 naira. Are you with me? So instead of keeping those funds, sorry, bankers that are here, Sister Jumi, thank God you are not a salesperson, so that I won't be demarketing bankers. I was a banker too. But the truth is, the world has grown beyond just keeping your fund in your savings account. I know a lot of us will say that, since the savings account is supposed to give me a return, there is a clause when you were opening your account. All those tiny things that you did not read. When you make withdrawal more than 4 times in your savings account, you have forfeited interest for that month. That's why many of us are not getting return on our savings. I'll be like, interest. They can't give you now. You have breached the contract. You did not read the form when you were filling. You just signed. Yeah. You know? So, your savings account, that's why many of us are not getting interest. But there is an investment account you can open. I will only dwell on this money market because of our time. So, whatever you are putting in that money market, for that day, that's 475. So, it keeps on adding up on a daily basis. As you have 1 million or 1,000 or 10,000, if by tomorrow you added another 200,000, you know you have 1.2. So, the interest that will be calculated will be on your principal. So, that will be 15% of 1.2 million. So imagine somebody, you have a contract. Somebody just gave you 10 million and the contract is like maybe next month. Instead of keeping that fund, why not put it in money market? You will earn interest on that 10 million, even if it is 3 weeks, is something. I was telling somebody that I don't want money. Let somebody just give me even 1 billion naira for just 3 weeks. I'm okay. Because I know what I don't even need to think on maybe I want to do business. I will just put it there. So the return, I can use it for business. So I think it's a great way to start your investment journey. Go to slide 9, the green one. So this is all about money market. So money market is doing between 15 to 16. Now, what money market invests in, because it's a very low risk investment scheme. What it invests in is treasury bill. How many of us know what treasury bill is? Now, okay, we have federal government. Government, all these roads they are building, how do they get fund? Government borrow money from the public. So the way governments borrow money from the public is through treasury bills. So they sell it. Let me just use the word in layman, government shares. So when government wants to borrow money, they need funds. They can decide to raise maybe like 200 billion. And I don't want to go into the deep part of how treasury bill is being done. So money market invest purely in treasury bill. No, about 75% goes to treasury bill. The remaining 25-30% goes to commercial paper. When they say commercial paper, I don't want to bore with all these jargons, but these are investmentable instruments we are youth that we should be familiar with. Commercial paper is just an instrument from blue chip companies. For example, we are lead issuing house for Dangote. We've raised we've raised more than 38 series for Dangote. Currently now we are raising bond for Oyo State. It's a new fresh one that we just got. 200 billion for Oyo State. So Dangote can say that, okay, I need about 200 billion for my working capital this year. Don't forget it's a short-term instrument. So they issue commercial paper. So that commercial paper, corporate organization can invest in it. Individual, HNI, can invest in commercial paper. So that's why they used to say, Dangote gan jẹ gbese. You know, there are some sweet gbese. You understand? So that's how commercial paper works. So money market invests purely in treasury B, majorly in treasury B and commercial paper. So it makes your fund secure. Your principal is secure. So you can leave that fund there for many years. And another beautiful thing about it, are we together? Are we gaining something? Even if it's this money market you are taking home, please, it's something. Another beautiful thing about money market is, you know, I said the interest accrued on a daily basis. That interest is being paid out quarterly. Somebody say quarterly. Okay, thank you. That interest is being paid out quarterly. The second quarter just ended by June. You know, we have four quarters in a year. The first quarter ended March, second quarter ended June, and the third is ending by September. So whatever may have accrued, So whatever may have accrued from beginning of the quarter, at the end of that quarter, is either it will be paid out into your bank account or it will be rolled over with your principal. So that is where compound interest comes in. For example, if you have $1 million, 50,000 has accrued out through the quarter. So that 50,000 will be added to your 1 million. That's about 1.5 million. So the 15% will be calculated on your 1.5 million. That's how compound interest works. So imagine since you enter school 100 level, you have been saving 1,000. That 1,000, the same interest will be applied on your 1,000. And it keeps on compounding. It keeps on compounding. That's the power of compound interest. If you have a compound interest, you keep, even if it is 100,000, you just keep for 5 years in money market. It will be compounding for those 5 years. Please let your money work for you. Another thing that I want to mention briefly is shares. Stock is a very good one. Because we are youth, we can be able to trade in stock. You will have access to your trading platform where you buy, where you sell. Now, we call it equity market. In the equity market is doing well. There are some companies that they are doing well. If you need more information about it, you can see me. But sincerely, if you want to open money market fund, it's a good way to start. Try and open. Visit, if you want to do for Stanbic, if you want to, I work for United Capital. So it's a company that is paying my salary. So open with United Capital. Yes, now. So if you want to open the money market account, I can drop a link. It's a self-service link. You open it yourself, you do your facial biometrics, upload your document, and you start saving, and you follow the trend. A lot of people are doing it here, and they can bear witness. You understand? So, and the fund will be compounding. Please, I want to beg us. If you want to know more about all of these things, we can talk, we can have a conversation. Apart from where I work, there is another place where I work. What they do is a consulting when it comes to investment and all of these things. So please, I beseech us by God's mercy, let our money work for us. Let it work for us. Please quickly go to slide 17 that speaks about market, about stock. There are some stock that we can do. Slide 17. There are some stock or some companies that we can actually invest in. Hold on. Look at it. We have International Bureau. Look at the projection. Last year, December, Aradel was doing about, the time I bought, it was 519 per share. As at this January, Aradel grew to 1,002. I sold it at 1,002. And that's just per unit. Now, by the time, imagine 519 from 1,002. On one unit, I won't tell you the number of units I bought. On one unit, I know how much I got. So people, there's something we call proprietary trading. People buy stock when the prices are low. You sell when they are high. I have some people that's what they are feeding on. You know, and you can be getting stock recommendations. Go to the one before this slide. Some companies also, they are paying dividend. You know, interim dividend. Either will be paying their interim dividend. Currently, there are some information that we just got. And do not forget, Dangote Refinery IPO will soon be out. There are some things about it which I would not want to mention here. because we are alive. So a lot of things we can leverage on. And let me tell you, we do not have excuse. God has given you resources. Resourceful people are in this church. When it comes to accounting, when it comes to business angle, when it comes to investment, when it comes to some financial advice, you have them around though. But all of us, we just say, God bless you, that's all. The person sitting beside you is loaded, but you do not know that this person actually has this person actually has answer to what you are asking for. All you need to do is just open. Please open up and let your money work for you. Go to the last slide. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I don't know if there is any question. Time will not permit us to ask questions because I'm supposed to stop by 12. This is 11:59. Okay, they say I should ask. Do you have any question? Okay, ma.
Before.
Okay, so, this is my own company now. So United Capital is an investment arm of UBA. It used to be UBA Capital, but it's not UBA. We had our autonomy since 2018. But now, all of us are under ES Holding. ES Holding is chairman by Tony Lumelu. We all know Tony now. But that Tony, TOE, is our group chairman. And under ES Holdings, we have UBA, we have United Capital, Transcorp, Transpower, Geregu, Tony Lumelu Foundation, even about 22 companies. So, but we are the investment arm of it. So you do not need to open an account with UBA before you do money market. On your form, you have, in fact, we do not have anything in that affiliation. UBA is just our sister company. You know, I think I've answered that question. Any other question? And you can open accounts for your baby. All those money, you know, before some of us, we open accounts, we put it in bank. You know, in Wema Bank. There is all these accounts. They say Royal Kiddies. See, we are, God, I'm being very careful. So that some people will not stole me here. You know, for example, you do fixed deposit with commercial bank, right? How do you think commercial banks are seeing their interest? They place, there's something, we don't call it fixed, we call it fund placement. They place fund with investment company. Let me tell you the secret. There's nothing they will do to me. I don't work for bank too. So if you are doing fixed deposit, they can give you, let's say, 9%, 10%. That same fund is being placed, their treasury plays it with us, okay? They place those funds. We give them a higher rate. And mind you, they will tell you 9% gross. Gross means they will still net withholding tax and from it. Okay? So they place it with investment, and so you have an opportunity to enjoy when you deal directly, especially when you have good funds. So when you deal directly with investment company, you have opportunity, arrays of investable instruments that you can actually invest in. And United Capital is not only asset management. Well, we have United Capital Asset Management, United Capital Securities, United Capital Trustee. When you talk about it's wide. Trustees talk about estate planning and all of that. We have investment banking, wealth management. So we have about 7 subsidiaries under United Capital. So if you need any question in all of these, because I cover Western region, so we are not restricted to only one business. So we do all the 7 businesses. So there is always something for you. There's always something to offer. Or you know somebody who is trying to consolidate his assets, please, let's talk. Any other question? Okay. There are a lot to actually say. But if there is one thing you should go on with, please, if it's just money market, open. All those 1,000 naira data, 2,000 naira quick money is something that we are missing out. You are doing business, you are getting returns, you cannot differentiate between your interest, your profit, and your capital. Please seek for consult. Come to us. Come to people that are consulting. They will help you restructure your business, but it's not free. Thank you.
A round of applause. Come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, I'll give you rest. But he says, come unto me. He is saying that if you want to invest and you want to have knowledge and you have rest at the end of the day, that's what he's saying. A round of applause for Brother Ayo again. And don't forget, just like he said, of course in New Covenant Church, we don't blow trumpet. We don't say, oh, we are this, we are that. But we have people, resource people here, even here in Akest. And that's why we prepared this. I'm sure you may not know what he controls. But then, I'm not saying money because you don't raise your head. I'm talking about when it comes to what he can do and then what he does. All right? But a lot of us don't do that. I am this, I'm that, which is very good. We are very, what's that word again now? We are very reserved. We go on low key. All right? But then let's come close to ourselves. Let's know what we do. And that's why the business directory we opened is very important. Put it there. Let people know what you do. And so this, the website is going to be open to the church. And so you can go there anytime if you need any experts from any field. And that's what we're planning to do so that we don't take the money we ought to leave in the house, take it outside. We have experts who can do stuff here. So once again, a round of applause for him. That was a beautiful presentation. And I'm sure you were blessed and you understood what he has said. If you need any further question, you can meet him in person. He's going to explain to you. It's good to invest early. Just like Pastor will say, that it's good to do, what does he even say again? He will say that circumcision is rather done early than doing it when you are old. All right, so let's do it this time and invest well. All right, so before we move, we want to have a quick recess, just 5 minutes for those who are who wants to actually exhibit their businesses to go set up now. In 5 minutes, we are giving to you to set up your table, and so people will come and exhibit with you. So you have 5 minutes to quickly do that. The tables are there. Choose a table if you know you want to show what you do, your business, your service, whatever it is that you want to do. Please put it there. Let people see. So this is the business directory. You're seeing it there. So once you click on it, please let's go back to the beginning so that people will see how it is being done. Let's go back from the top. So once you click on it, let's start from clicking first. Let's go back to the link. Let's go back to the link. Okay, so once you click on the link, he brings you here. This is the dashboard of the business directory that we've done. And then look at those who have registered their businesses. You can see there. You can see Beloved Haven, Crystal Zen Limited, Dayspring Music School, Mavics Cakes, the Gem Mall, Timor Fashion, Deluxe, The Queen Beauty Store, Runks BB Ventures, the Avalanche Initiative, Phoebe Tech. You can see all of them. Myra Treats, Lucent Photography. Is it Duroshara, right? Am I right? Duroshara Fashion Hub. Okay, so what you need to do is just go there. All right. Now this is the part of the place where you are going to see it, and this is how to see what you're. Can you see it now? This is for the Mavics Cake. See the email. These are the requirement. Just fill it. The email, the location, the category, the phone number, and about the business. And so once you drop it there, he helps you. And he helps us to know what you do. And so if I need cake now, and I want to, maybe I need, what kind of cake now? Sorry, I don't know names of cakes. So, but then you need cake sha. Eh? Color brown cake. Okay, so whatever it is you need. So these are the phone number. That's the phone number there. So you can call the phone number if you need it. Hey, brother Ola, I know that you want to promote your wife's business. So, because you are giving me the circle, call that number. Okay? So what you can do, look at it. So that's it. You can see. Just click on register. Please, let's go to that register here. Click on register. Once you click on register, that's it. Register the business, and it will bring you here. You can do it on your seat as you're sitting there now. Just go there, click on the business name, go to the business email, phone number, the physical location where they can find you. Then the categories of the business that you do. We have food and catering, we have health and wellness, we have is this education, we have technology, we have fashion and beauty, we have retail and groceries, we have professional services, fashion and beauty, education and training, real estate, events and media, others. So technology, whichever, if you fall into the category of the other, you can actually click on it. It shows that maybe all of those categories we put there, you don't belong there. Then you click on it, and then you just describe your business. Tell us your business description. And your logo, your business logo is also essential. So once you choose on file, it goes straight into your file. All right, wherever you have placed your logo. Then you upload it. Once you upload it, you write, the reason why we put this one here, the cell leader, because we want to know this is a church. All right, so we want to know whether you belong to a cell. We all must, be accountable. And so that's why the cell group lead, the cell leader, the name of the cell leader is there. So if we know, we want to be sure, because some of us, we know our cell leader's name, but we don't know the person's phone number. So we want to be sure that you have a relationship. And so you put the phone number there, and that's all. So you can see that you can do this in 2 minutes, and you're done. So we don't need to be cajoled to do some of these things. All right? It's very essential. So I hope that we have been able to understand what the business directory is all about. We're going to do this on Sunday. By tomorrow, we're also going to show the church how it is, and then we want to have as many businesses as we can and many services that people render as well. Okay? I think it's about 5 minutes. Yes. So we want to call our second speaker. Don't forget, I've told you, if you have a business that you want to display, start displaying now. Because once we start the talk, you may not be allowed to, we just leave the business there. Maybe you stand there so that we don't distract anybody. Okay? So display whatever it is that you want to do, and let's find a place to sit. Okay, so without further ado, we want to go into the second session of the program, of the business meeting at the moment. And taking us into that, don't forget I told you that we're going to be talking about the legal perspective. And the person is here to talk to us about it. And she's no other person. Brian, please come first. Okay, so are we displaying already? All right, so we want to go into the legal perspective. Now, she's going to be talking to us about what it is to do business legally in Nigeria, and also what are the measures, what are the boundaries, and what are the things that you ought not to do. And what are the things that you need to do to protect your business? Okay, because first, one thing that I know is that your business should be registered, whether small or big, with the Corporate Affairs Commission. And then I think we have another body that registers business. She's going to be talking about that and more on the business side of the meeting this morning. So please put your hands together as I welcome Barrister Iyanoluwa Downsy this morning. Please put your hands together for her.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. How people did not clap for me? Why? Thank you. All right. So, when you hear lawyer, the first thing that comes to your mind is the courtroom. Someone wearing wig and gown. Objection, my lord. and all of that. And the truth of the matter is, by the time you are getting to that part of courts and all of that, it's already too late for you. That means they've dragged you to court and you're in trouble. All right, so we are talking about the business perspective. We are talking about business from the legal perspective. And, Mr. Samson Ejiwewo. But the first thing I would like to say is that your business is more than just a name. I know it took you maybe 3 days fasting, seeking the face of God before you discovered the name you want to give your business. Baddies for Jesus Fashion House or whatever. It took you a long time before you discovered that name. But that name is just a name if you do not register your business. A lot of people will go as far as, branding, creating logo. Now that AI has collected all these things, you just go to ChatGPT, you develop your logo, you do your sticker, you brand your t-shirt. There's a huge frame of you in your sitting room that says CEO, and you've not registered your business. And that's just really wrong because you are just operating based on vibes. So the first thing you are supposed to do for your business is to register your business. So how many of us here, we call ourselves CEO, or we are entrepreneurs, and we've not registered our business? Let me see your hand up. So everybody else, you've registered your business. If you've registered your business, let me see your hand up. Okay. If you've not registered your business, let me see your hand up. What are we waiting for? So the truth of the matter is registering your business gives it its own personality. It goes beyond, there are different types of businesses. We understand that you are the sole proprietor. You are the salt, you are the pepper, you are the Maggi, you are the crayfish. You are the one that will take pictures for your brand. You are the one that will advertise. You are the one that will post on social media. You are the one that will go and deliver the thing. So we know you are everything. But it gives you more credibility when you register your business. And it's really not as difficult as it seems. If you want to register your business, it's not that expensive and it's not a big deal. So you can come and see me later and we can talk about how we can register your business. But registering your business, the first step is considering the size of business. Like I said initially, we talked about sole proprietorship. And most of us here, we consider our businesses as small. I'm upcoming. I'm just doing it from the comfort of my home, or I have a small shop space that I'm using to do my business. And I don't think it's a big deal for me to register since it's just small. But there are a lot of benefits you can get from registering your business. First of all, there are some organizations that will not enter into contracts with an unregistered business because technically they won't recognize you as, a credible business. Even just regular patronage. Some people will prefer to patronize a company that is already, established. You have your own structure. Oh, okay. You are registered. So the first reason why I would advise for you to register your business is to give your business that credibility. The second thing is, most of us make the mistake. You are a CEO. And it's that same OPE that you're using for your daily expenses, you're also using for your business. And at the end of the month, you find it difficult to, separate that, okay, this is the amount I made from my business, and this is my own personal money. At the end of the day, one word, you won't be able to distinguish, and that doesn't give your business structure. So another benefit of registering your business, once you register your business, you can open a bank account that is in the name of your business. So that way, you have Mianolu Adansi's account number, and you have Myra Street. Those are two separate things. And that way you can be able to, operate your two account details. Also, as a registered business, you have access to grants. The government gives grants to small businesses. Forget that our First Lady said it's for Akara or Kuli Kuli or Kono. There are actually major funds available for small businesses. And if you are not registered, you won't be able to access such funds. So it is better for you to register your business so that, you can have access to as many grants and funds as you want. Another benefit, because firstly, we are going to talk about the benefits of registering your business. So you don't just see it as, is it necessary? Once you register your business, you are given a tax identification number. And that tax identification number will be necessary when you need to pay your tax. And a lot of us, we have this idea at the back of our minds that, Nigeria wants to collect my money, or the amount of tax I'll be paying is a whole lot. But that's not necessarily true. But once you register your business, you are giving your business that legal recognition. And once it is legally recognized, you have your TIN, your tax identification number. And I know an organization, for example, even as minute as, getting a welder, they require the welder to, have registered his business to the point where he has a tax identification number. So for you to enter contracts with big organizations, some organizations just prefer that you are more structured and you are registered. So let's put that into consideration. Okay, so when we are talking about business registration and all, we first want to consider the structure and the size of your business. There's not just one type of business. Initially I spoke about sole proprietorship and business name. Most of us who are registered as businesses, I'm sure we registered as business name. There's also something called a limited liability company, which could either be private or public. If you remember the slide Brother AY showed to us, those companies where we have access to buy shares, those are public companies. Those ones, we have shares in their company and all that. But for limited liability companies, those companies are more, they're a bigger version of a business name. I'm trying to break it down to the barest terms so we can understand. So it's like a bigger version of a business name, but what this does is, it is more structured than a business name in the sense that it is a separate entity entirely. For a business name, your business is still tied to you. They still know that, you are the sole proprietor, you are the salt, you are everything. It's still tied to you, even though they might know your business name apart from you. But when it comes to a limited liability company, your business can practically operate outside of you. Your business can be functioning, can have staff members and all of that, and people might not necessarily see you as, okay, this is the owner of this business. It is a separate entity. And, for business owners like us now, most of us move from business name then to limited liability company. We can choose to upgrade our businesses to a limited liability company as our businesses are growing. So let's put that into consideration and not, just remain on that business name level. Okay, now, I'm going to be talking about legal mistakes that businesses make, common mistakes we make. So the first one I'll talk about is we don't have written agreements. Yes, it's very important for us to have, please, are we following? Okay. Yes, relationships are important. People are important. And the truth of the matter is it is somebody who knows us that will patronize us. But it is also more important to have structure in place and to ensure that, you always have written agreements with your vendors, with your staff, your suppliers. It is just more tidy that way. For example, if you're entering into a contract with, say, someone who wants to be your partner, someone comes, they want to invest in your company, and they want to be a partner in your company, it is better for you to have a memorandum of understanding. Because we are all human beings. Today, you guys can be on a chummy level, and you are nice to each other. And it is in that good vibe and energy that you guys decided to enter into a partnership together to start a business. What happens next week or next year when you guys have a quarrel that is quite personal? If you don't have a written agreement so that each person will know, okay, we are partners, to what degree is our partnership? How is it going to, thank you, how is it going to involve our business? What is my responsibility as a 50% partner? What is this? What is that? If those things are not clearly stated in a written agreement, the day you guys fight, sorry, excuse me. Sorry. So the day you guys fight on something personal, it's going to affect your business. Why? The terms of your partnership and the way it is going to affect your business has not been clearly written out, has not been clearly stated. So let's ensure that we have written agreements for things. It might be a far-fetched. It might be something that seems like, why now? It's not really necessary. People can chat on WhatsApp and agree on what we want to do. Me, I like to go to court. It is fun for me. So when you get to a situation where you go to court, you can call me and you pay my money. But before then, it is better to be safe than sorry. And it's better to put things in place for you to avoid getting in trouble. So that's the first thing I'll talk about in terms of written agreement. But I also like us to note that, what I talked about now is based on the perspective of us creating those written agreements. Written agreements that benefit us. But I also want to talk about reading agreements that have been given to us. For example, you're a business owner. You just got space for your business. Of course, your landlord gave you a tenancy agreement, and you just signed. Anyway, you've paid now, so you just signed. Without reading it. That is a major, major problem. I remember a client of mine, a big company. They already had a space in Lagos here, but they were trying to get a bigger space or something, or their rent had expired, and they wanted to renew they wanted to get another office space. And because they were desperate, they got a new space, very newly constructed office and all of that. They had signed the agreement. Then they came to me that there's a problem. By the time I went through the agreement, I realized there was a clause that stated that no tenant is allowed to come with alternative power generation. Like you cannot come with your generator. And this company requires generator to function 24/7. They had already signed the agreement. They had already paid. And by the time we called the landlord and we started talking, that, excuse me, sir, this term of your contract, it says we should not bring generator. How do we go about it? Empty promises. The landlord said, the reason we said that is because we plan on installing solar in the shops and everything. That happened last year, September, and we are in June. The landlord has still not installed the solar. They are still dragging back and forth. Why? Because they failed to read that agreement before signing and making payments. So sometimes it is very, very, very necessary that every agreement that you are given, you go through it properly and you make sure that the terms are favorable to you. And that's why most organizations have lawyers on their payroll or on retainership, because you might not have the time to say you want to go through any agreements or any written contract that has been given to you. So another thing you can do is to contact your lawyer to help you review your agreements and to make sure that the terms are favorable to you. Most organizations, if they give you an agreement and you discover that, clause 15, clause 22, these things, they don't benefit me, can we rephrase it? Most of them are open to rephrasing some clauses. But because you did not read it, and because you did not know, you will sign the agreement and it is binding once you sign. So that's another thing I would advise. Then for organizations that, you've gotten big, you're employing staff, always make sure that you ensure that there's proper documentation. You don't just employ someone who comes into your office and says, okay, I can do this, I'm qualified to do this, and there's no proper record keeping, there's no proper documentation. You have to make an extra effort to ensure that you get the proper qualification, especially guarantor. So on the day they steal your machine, or on the day they steal your money, you won't be looking for the person and not be able to trace the person. Hey, God. Okay. Okay. So, initially we spoke about, separating your personal account and your business account. So let's keep that at the back of our minds, that it is very, very important that we separate that. If not, you will have issues with your record keeping, issues with your tax. It's going to disturb yourself. So it's just better for you to have separate accounts. Then record keeping. Ensure that all your receipts, all your agreements, all your paperwork are kept in a safe place. Because at the end of the day, if you get in trouble and you need the help of a lawyer, what might save you will be the record that you have kept. As much as a lawyer will try to defend you in court, the lawyer will still ask for the details. Okay, you said you bought this thing so. Are you sure it is your own? Yes, it's my own. Okay, where's the receipt? I cannot find the receipt. What do you want the lawyer to do? How do we defend you? So just make it a conscious habit to keep your records properly. Your expenses, your sales, your tax, your paperwork. Make sure you keep it in one place. Then, if I had $1 for every time, I introduce myself to someone as a lawyer and they say, so that means I can find trouble. I'll be very rich. I will have enough money to invest with Brother Ayo's company. Because most of us have the idea that you only call a lawyer when you are already in trouble or when you have caused trouble. So when do you need a lawyer? Before you enter into that partnership, you need a lawyer. Before you expand your company, you need a lawyer. Before you sign any agreement, you need a lawyer. You want to create an agreement for yourself, for your business, between you and somebody, you need a lawyer. You want to buy a property, you need a lawyer. So most of the time, we consider lawyers when it's too late. But prevention is better than cure. And it's usually much better for you to contact a lawyer to serve as a preventive measure than for you to start looking for how a lawyer will help you solve a problem when the problem has already gotten down. So, I have a lot I want to say, but yes, we spoke about registering business name. One thing we confuse is your business name. You registering your business name with the Corporate Affairs Commission is basically registering the existence of your business. But, when it comes to your intellectual property, say your logo, your designs, your branding, everything, they are not protected because you have registered your business. One thing most business owners fail to do is to register their trademark. So all those things that you have designed, that your name, that's your slogan, that's your brand color, your logo. The next step after you've registered your business is to start considering how you're going to register your trademark so that anywhere in Nigeria where they see Myra Streets or they see your business name, it belongs to you. Nobody can take it away from you. Yes, we understand that the first step is registering the business. Yes, that acknowledges the existence of the business. CAC recognizes that, oh, okay, this business is functioning and all of that. But beyond that, we should look into registering the trademark of our business so that our branding, our logo, our slogans, everything, they belong to us and nobody can take it away from us. If we remember, was it last year or 2 years ago, there was this controversy with Fastest Cakes. This guy in Lagos, he had been running his cake business and he had been calling it Fastest Cakes. Then he decided to move to Ibadan and he continued that Fastest Cakes thing, be named. But there was already a baker in Ibadan using Fastest Cake. So by the time he got to Ibadan, it caused a lot of back and forth. But the lady that was already in Ibadan before that guy came from Lagos, she had registered her business name as Fastest Cake. Meanwhile, the guy from Lagos had registered the trademark of Fastest Cakes, meaning anywhere in Nigeria, wherever you see Fastest Cakes, it belongs to him. He won over that other lady who just registered her business. So that's what I'm trying to say. Then a lot of us who said we have registered our business, do we know we need to file our annual returns? Has any of us filed our annual returns? Good job. Because it is a business name, we assume that it's not that big now. Why do I need to file my annual returns? It's not necessary. But it is necessary. I remember when my grandpa was still alive, there's this thing they usually do with their pension, I'm alive. They will do something online. They will take video of those old people just to make sure that they are still alive and running. So filing your annual returns is something like that, to show that, oh, okay, this is my business. It is still in operation. It is still functioning. The name of the director is still the name of the director. The registered address is still the registered address. Do we understand? So, if you've not, filed your annual return since you registered, there's a likelihood that you'll be paying penalty. You might not know, but by the time you go back on CAC portal or you contact a lawyer to help you file your annual returns, there will be accumulated amounts you need to pay because of the default, the amount of years you've defaulted in doing your annual returns. So let's keep it in mind that we should be doing it on a yearly basis. So I just had to summarize all I came to tell you. Any question?
So my own question is, you mentioned trademarking. So after registering our business, does it mean we need to register trademarking? And how do we go about that, number one? Then the second question is, many people, they already registered their company, but they have not really started business, like in real terms. So how do we file annual returns?
All right. Thank you for the question. So for trademarking, you also register it. It's a different thing entirely from registering your business name. So you can do it online. You can contact your lawyer to do it for you online. So it's another process entirely from registering your business name. Then about the second question. Okay, so annual returns is not immediately after you registered. You are required to start filing your annual returns. It is the 30th of June, a year after you registered your business. That's when you are required to start filing your annual returns. So let's say you registered your business maybe last year, January, or last year, February. Is this year, 30th of June, you'll be required to, file your annual returns. And even though you've not been in operation, as long as you have registered your business, you need to start. And even if you've not made any money or anything, like I said, doing your annual returns is like an I'm alive thing. My company is still alive and functioning. So it's not necessarily to declare that, I've made 1 billion or I've not made any money. Whether or not you've made money, you still need to do your annual returns so that CST still knows that the status of your company is active. Yeah. Any other question? All right.
So thank you for the session. I was going to ask that, what if the business started, say, October last year? Would the business still have to file return as at 30th of June this year? Last year, yeah. Next year? Okay.
All right, a round of applause for us, Barrister Iyanoluwa Downsy. I'm sure that a quite number of us, maybe some things we don't understand, we've gotten to understand some of them now. And then if you have further questions, you can see her after, so she can put you through on some things. And like I said, and like she said as well, it's important that we have our businesses registered. And I'll just add a little to it. The reason why we must do that is because at the end of the day, you must have, if you have built all the brand, you have done everything, and then someone else just uses the name, or Yolewa, because they are going to, the CSC is going to recognize the person that have registered. Even though you have done so well, you have built a lot of things around it, and you didn't register it, you are going to, you need to change the name. And so that is going to cost you more because you want to change name. A brand they have been using maybe like 5-10 years. So it's good whether it's small, medium, or big. Just register. And, I think there was an opening at a point in time that you could register at a very small money. Maybe about, is it still open? It's free now. So it's free now. So for those of us who feel, I don't have money, that's what has been delaying you. You can register now that it is free. It's free to register now under Corporate Affairs Commission. So please, you can do that. So no one has got any excuse to say, I didn't register my business, whether small or big. Thank you so much. So we're going to have a recess now. And this time, all the exhibitors will go to their stands. And you can go there, see them. We just have about 10 minutes to do this, and then we'll return. By the time we're returning, we're going to have our last session for today. All right, so please, let's begin to go there now. Let's network, talk to people, ask them what they do. Don't just come and sit. Ask them, what do you do? Try to know people, and that will help us a lot. So we can do that now. So all exhibitors, let's have you behind your stand. Let people know you with your brand. We are still sitting, we don't have time. So there are a lot of businesses, go to them, ask questions. This is a trade fair, so they are going to take you fairly. Not the regular price you get outside, that you get it here. I think you have your POS with you, so they can do transfer. Okay. Promote your business, oh. If you do service, promote your services, oh. Let people know what you do. You might not know. So we have 10 minutes to do this. So let's make judicious use of our time. You are great, yes, you are Holy One. You walked upon the seas, you raised the dead. You reign in majesty, mighty God. Everything written about you is great. You are great, yes, you are Holy One. You walked upon the seas, raised the dead. You reign in majesty, mighty God. Everything written about you is great. Oh, you are great. You are great. You are great.
You are
Oh, you are great. You are great. Oh, yeah, yeah. You are great. Oh, you are great. You are great. Oh, you are great.
you are great.
Oh, everything written about you is great. You are great.
You are great.
Oh, you are great.
You are great.
Oh, you are great. You are.
You are great.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You are great. Oh, you are great.
You are great.
Oh, you are great.
You are great.
Oh, everything written
about you.
mighty God. Worship you today. Give you all the praise as we lift our hands to you. With pleasure in my heart, I raise my voice to say, everything written about you is great.
In my
Full
tremble
of
at
your
your
presence.
presence. What a mighty God we serve.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Everything written about you is great. You are great.
You are great.
You are great. You are great.
You are great.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You are great. Oh, you are great. You are great. Oh, you are great.
You are great.
Everything written about you is great. Glory or no power to the one who reigns forever. Amen. Amen. Blessing and the praise to the Lamb of God forever. Amen. I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up till I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life
sing of the goodness of God.
I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in darkest night.